Well, more than 1 billion people on this planet will go to bed hungry tonight. And to a group of kids in Bellevue, that is just not acceptable. So they're trying to do their part and raise awareness for this problem. King 5's Christy Johnson joining us now with that group this morning. And Christy, what's their plan of attack here?
They have a huge plan of attack. We are live this morning at Westminster Chapel in Bellevue with an amazing group of kids. You can see here we're all in pajamas and they're all sleeping in cardboard boxes. Did you know that roughly 8,000 children around the world will die every day due to hunger-related causes? This is Sandeep. He's 18 years old. You're a member here at this church. He was orphaned in India, and we're going to get into his story throughout the morning. But tell us right now, what are all these kids doing here sleeping in cardboard huts?
Sure. These kids are basically experiencing what true poverty and hunger is like around the world. And, you know, many kids around the world are sleeping in cardboard boxes and huts. And this is just a little taste of what it's like for the kids around the world.
All right, throughout the morning, we're going to talk about how they're trying to raise money, what they're doing here today, and about all the activities. They're doing a 30-hour famine. These kids stopped eating yesterday at, what, 5:30?
We actually stopped eating after lunch, and it came to church at 5:30.
And you're not going to eat until what time today?
7:30 on Saturday.
7:30 tonight.
There you go.
You're going to be some hungry folks.
Yep.
But again, a lot of kids around the world live this way, so this is just one day for you, really, of experiencing hunger. So coming up throughout the morning, we're going to tell you what happened in Sandeep's life to make him want to spearhead an effort like this, and we'll tell you what all these amazing kids here are doing to help kids around the world. Meg, it's pretty incredible, and they've been sleeping in these all night here, and let me tell you, this ground is not soft. This is not carpet.
Look at that. All right. Not moving at all. All right, Christy, we'll check back. Thank you.
They have a large plan of attack. Did you know that every 10 seconds a child on this planet will die of hunger? We are live this morning at the Westminster Chapel in Bellevue, and these kids behind me here are doing what's called a 30-hour famine. They have not eaten since 1:30 yesterday afternoon. They arrived here at the church at 5:30 last night, slept here overnight, and they will not eat again until 7:30. Now, this is Sandeep Thomas. He's 18. He was orphaned in India when he was very young, 5 years old. We're going to get to that in the next hour, but right now I want you to tell me what this 30-hour famine. You spearheaded this, so why did you want to do it? I'll hang on to this for you.
All right.
Okay.
I wanted to do this because it brings awareness to hunger and poverty happening around the world, and it's really sad to see those children living in utter poverty. So here we have an example of water contamination.
Yeah, what's the game we're playing here?
The students have to take mud and put it in a sock, empty it out into this clean water, well, it was clean, and then take the water back and empty it out in their pitchers. And basically, this is the muddy water that some kids have to drink throughout the day.
Which is really sad, and you yourself have seen that firsthand.
Yes, I have.
Now, you guys watched a movie last night, and I'm curious to know. It was called Teenager Affluenza.
Teen affluenza.
Now, let's talk about what that means, because there are a lot of kids out there, and if you're watching this morning, kids, I want you to listen up, because I know a lot of kids in this culture, particularly in the Western culture, you know, you're mad at 16 when you don't get a car for your birthday, or, oh, I didn't get that Xbox game that I really need because I just won't survive if I don't have it. But that's kind of what you're trying to teach kids here, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Trying to show them that that's maybe not the case. There are kids out there that just don't even have bread and water.
There's so many kids out there that have nothing, and, you know, it's time that we give something back from the amount that we have here.
All right, I quickly just want to talk to Noah and Katrina over here. Come on in. I'm digging your do-rag here, buddy. It's nice. How do you guys feel about this? Because, you know, you're a senior in high school. You're an 8th grader. Do you feel good about learning about this?
Yeah, it's really great to just know that, just learn more about the situation in the world, because most people don't really know what's going on, so.
And that's the case, and that's what they're trying to do here, Meg, is just enlighten themselves and show other kids. They're raising money. We're going to get to that in the next hour and tell you how they've done that, but pretty incredible kids. They're spending their weekend not eating and trying to feel what other kids around the world have to go through sometimes.
And I think, you know, you can tell people about hunger, but until you feel it yourself, it's really hard to relate. So it's great that they're doing that, and a good cause indeed. All right, thank you, Christy. Christy, how are they doing out there?
Oh, it has been the most inspirational morning here, Meg. We're live this morning at the Westminster Chapel in Bellevue with an amazing group of kids. They are doing a 30-hour famine here to try to stop hunger in its tracks. One child every 10 seconds will die on this earth due to hunger. And the sad thing is, it's totally preventable. It's totally preventable. Now, this is Sandeep, and he is an 18-year-old guy that organized this entire thing. So what made you want to spearhead this?
No, I had a troubling background. I lost my parents through suicide, and I lost my father because he was an alcoholic. And I was adopted by God's grace into a family here in America. And, you know, I was brought out of something so troublesome, and it brought me here to, you know, everything that I had. It was time to give back, and out of the plenty that I had, I needed to give something back to the kids who are suffering.
All right, so we've been doing a lot of things here this morning. You saw us during the 7 o'clock hour. We were all in our PJs. The kids slept here in cardboard huts all night long. They haven't eaten since what time?
Since 1 o'clock yesterday.
And you'll start to eat again when?
7:30 tonight.
So you guys are just trying to experience a little bit of what kids in the world go through every day, some of them.
Yes, we are.
All right, so tell people what the 30-hour famine is and why you chose to do this.
30-Hour Famine is basically an experience series to experience what hunger is like for the millions of children out there who are suffering today. And we're going through a little bit of it to get a feel for how they feel when they're hungry. And, you know, our stomachs are obviously crying out for food. But it's good that we learn that, you know, this is the kind of pain that these kids are going through. So
this hour, kids are doing skits here to illustrate that type of thing. Now, this is Vanita, and this is Sandeep's mom, who adopted him from India when he was having a very hard time, obviously. Now, you've obviously watched him grow up. He came here when he was 5½. He's now 18. How proud are you that he's doing this for other kids?
Oh, we're just amazed, and we're just thanking God, because it's God who's done this in Sandeep's life, and we see the transformation in him. 2 years ago, he literally was like the Walking Dead. You know, he'd been through a lot of post-traumatic stress and other things, and he was struggling. And today, he stands tall. You know, Jesus made all the difference in his life.
You are a good egg. Do you know that? Okay, so now I'm crying. But you're doing a good thing, and all these kids here are doing a great thing. So, gosh, 30-hour famine. You did it. Everyone does this to me. But this is a good kid here. Meg, wow.
Oh, what an amazing story. What has
Yeah.
he overcome? I mean, that's amazing. And now he's trying to help other people.
Totally.
Wow, inspirational stuff. Thank you, Christy.